Life is boring, completely worthless, your dreams will never come true, and you're honestly just anticipating death. That is until the zombies show up and fix everything wrong with your life. Yeah, stay with me. Blood, gore, violence, destruction, and things just eating you. That's what you think about when it comes to zombies, and that's the thing that hooks us into checking out a story about them. But I just watched this anime and I was like, wow, this isn't just about how many characters can entertain me by violently being devoured by zombies. It's also about changing my freaking life, man. Yo, this show Zom 100 hits hard. I had no idea I was about to witness zombies eating human flesh and say, wow, this works as great therapy. Now, you're either one of two types of people in life. You're either an Akira or you're a Kanta. Or maybe you're a mix of both. I guess that's three types of people. Anyway, I did better in English class than math class. Akira, like many of us, and that includes probably you, started his young adult life very optimistic. He had no idea what he wanted to do with his life, but he felt confident that he'd figure that out at some point. So he went to college, developed the dream of being in a production company, and once he left college, actually got a job in a production company. Things are going great. So then why does he look like this? You see, what had happened was, on his first day of work, all his coworkers actually went out for dinner. When the dinner ended, Akira said,
"Thank you for an amazing first day here. I'm already looking forward to tomorrow."
All right, everybody grab your stuff. Time to get back to work.
Akira thought work was over, but spent an all-nighter working and fell asleep at the desk with the guy next to him sleeping under the table. Sleep was a miracle to him. He had very manipulative bosses, and one of them was literally having sex with a girl Akira liked in his office. Eventually, Akira couldn't take it, and his mind was just gone. He walked around mentally dead, you know, like a zombie, not caring if he got hit by a car while he crossed the street, and his apartment was crazy messy, and the guy had no time for friends. Does this sound like you yet? If not, just keep listening because we'll get there. 3 years in, Akira watched a movie where a man was being chased by a giant horde of zombies and said the guy had a better life than him at his job. He thought about quitting, but that was what he thought was his dream job. He didn't know where else to go, and with no other aim, he decided to just stay where he was. How sad. Then boom, the zombie apocalypse happens and frees this man because now he doesn't have to go to work anymore. Yeah, baby. But what was once a gray world was now a bright, colorful world, even if for some reason those colors are blood. Hey, it's still colorful. My eyes were so focused on the screen with this anime that I even noticed the character is barefoot at one point, but then somehow socks appear on him. Sorry, animators, I noticed that. You're probably thinking though, how the heck does this help me? There's no zombie apocalypse happening in my life, at least not until I perfect the virus I'm making in my basement. This is just the beginning, the tip of the iceberg that will guide you to fixing your life through the message of this zombie anime. When you turn 18 and even start your 20s, what do you think of? You think of freaking freedom. Freedom from your parents controlling everything about your life, freedom from rules that the government restricted you on. Then you realize, bro, I'm a broke boy, and I don't want to be a broke boy, so I'm gonna need money in these booty shorts pockets to stop being a broke boy. Guys, we've all been there. But jobs many times are no fun. Take away most of our time, they don't pay as much as we want, and it's like we had freedom, but now we just gave a lot of it away to a boss. Ugh, this is getting rough. No one telling us what to do felt cool at first, but now we're lost, and guess what? We still have no one telling us what to do, and we're like, bro, I just don't have time. I'm desperate for a miracle, and I feel like a failure, man. I guess I'm just stuck where I am. Yeah, that was Akira, and that might be you. Or maybe you're Kanta. He's painfully relatable. We'll get to him, relax. Akira thought a job would be his salvation, but his job was a false idol, and once that idol was destroyed by the zombie apocalypse, he was freed from its slavery on him, and he was finally able to feel alive again and found happiness in the small enjoyments he was able to have in his day-to-day. He then took out a notebook and wrote down a bucket list of positive things he wanted to express in his life. You might not be enslaved to a job, but you're probably enslaved to something that you think you gotta hold on to in life, but it's just keeping you in a sucky place. First moral of the story, bro, let that go. But what if you're searching and searching and you can't find anything in life? You're a Kanta, bro. Kanta had many friends in elementary school, but then became introverted in middle school and then was isolated in high school, where all he did was read and watch videos. He tried to change himself in college though. He volunteered as a student intern abroad, traveled the country, and participated in a self-development course, but he just couldn't find a dream or passion and didn't know what to do with his life. When he started his adult life, he saw that jobs didn't offer a good salary for the work they asked for, and it demotivated him because he felt you had to be freaking stupid to go for those jobs. He said,
I wonder, when and why did I start falling behind those around me?
and bro, that's pretty deep. He felt unwanted by society and wished he could go back to that time where it was summer vacation and he could just hang out with his friends at the pool. Then boom, the zombie outbreak happened, and like the boy was crazy happy that he was free. But unlike being freed from a job, he was freed from society looking down on him, and that now it was summer vacation every day. He also got a notebook and wrote down goals he wants to accomplish while getting people to join in, but instead of meaningful things, it was just stupid, harmful things like trying drugs, vandalizing, burning things down, and assaulting people. Alright, maybe you don't want to do all that, but stay with me. This is clearly a story about people who feel lost and need a giant wake-up call to slap them hard in their faces, and in this case, that's zombies. It's a message that just hits too hard. Not necessarily because it shows a guy figuring out what he wants to do and achieve it in life before he faces gruesome death due to, the undead. Right, guys? You want me to be brutally honest? Anyone who is going through their early 20s knows that it's hard to feel anything but lost. Like if you're standing in the desert having no idea where to walk, not knowing there's a McDonald's 5 feet away but you can't see it. It's like we completed an 18-year tutorial on how to live with the villagers in Minecraft, then one day we got tossed into this new adult world called Earth, when really what we want to do is all go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Wait, what? We're not supposed to do life alone. Eventually, during the zombie outbreak, Akira begins getting notifications because the internet starts to work. The internet traffic was down because, most people are kind of dead or turned into zombies. He sees that so many people in his life have gone unnoticed, and he has let so much time go by being distracted that he missed out on relationships. So he decides to message these people, but of course, none respond because they're probably dead. But he thought of his college friend he hasn't spoken to in years. Coincidentally, his friend Kenichiro, in his moments of feeling like he was doomed to die, thought of Akira too and wondered why. Then Akira called him and spoke as if they were just two best friends on a call. Kenichiro obviously was confused by that, but Akira then saved him from zombies, and then instead of being alone, they both were spending their days with their best bro. Weirdly, they got naked at one point, but what really hit home was Akira deciding to go back home to his parents, which took a while. At this point, I would kept asking, yo, Akira, you thinking about if your family is alive or what's going on here? He starts crying and thanking them for working hard to put him through college and for feeding him and washing his clothes, even though he only gave them troubles and worries and had done nothing to repay them, while using work as an excuse to not visit them for the past 3 years. He said he was sorry and kept crying hard. His father gave him some tough love, and it was kind of hard for Akira to connect with him, but it was obvious his father just wanted him to live a better life than he did. Akira wishes to repay them but doesn't know how, so he just tries to help in whatever way he can. He feels guilty for lacking accomplishments and says, I still haven't done anything. My salary wasn't enough to send any money. I never took you on a trip overseas. I didn't get married or even have a girlfriend to show you. Your grandchildren's faces are still a long time away. I still haven't done anything for you, and I'm not waiting until you're dead to do it. In order for you to see how I've grown, I have a mountain of stuff I want to do. If you've never felt this way before in your own life for the people that raised you, then you've missed that moral of simply honoring those who came before. And yes, I get it, sometimes older people in our lives suck, but we're all alive and we've been fed, and a lot of this stuff didn't have to be done for us. But in this same village, Kanta walked right by Akira, and bro, Kanta hates Akira. Kanta went to the same college as Akira and hated him because he was so carefree and enjoyed every day with a smile on his face, even though he seemed kind of similar to Kanta. So Kanta cleared the path for zombies to enter the village and threw dynamite on houses. He said to Akira, Both you and I are just doing what we want. What's wrong with that? Kanta makes it seem like they're the same, but Akira points out the major difference. That's selfishness. He says, you should live life to the fullest, so I understand how you feel, but you know, if you want to assert your freedom like that, why don't you let others do the same? The people here are giving it their all to stay alive. To snatch that away and chalk it up to something I want to do is seriously, what are you even on about? Akira recognized that he did in fact have freedom in his life, but wanted to share the enjoyment of that freedom with others, if that was possible for him, while Kanta wanted to use his freedom to harm others and take away enjoyment from their lives. It turns out in college, Akira was actually the only one who gave Kanta a moment of kindness, where he saw that he was hungry, so he invited him to eat with him and his friends, but he got nervous and ran away. Akira told Kanta those bad things on his list aren't really what he wanted to do, and asks what he really wanted. It turns out all Kanta wanted was a friend to hang out with him at the pool like when he was younger, but instead of initiating a friendship with Akira, who was a guy who seemed similar to him but much happier, he just decided to hate the guy. That is a stupid thing to do, and that's pointed out by Akira by calling him an idiot. But Akira explains to Kenichiro, every day was hard, it was exhausting, I didn't know what I was living for anymore. If that's how I had continued, my list could have been as deranged. This anime shows us it isn't one answer on how to end depression in your life. But what really is the answer to our problem is really what we think about and what we do. Do we want to do good things for others, like Akira trying to be a superhero and saving people from zombies? Or do we just want other people's lives to suck because ours do, like Kanta? In reality, the anime is showing people hide their real desires with negativity. Like people saying they want to die while really what they actually just want is to experience life, and they just haven't found that. People saying they want others to fail, but in reality, they just desperately want to succeed themselves. What a zombie apocalypse really teaches us is, we were once lost, but we gotta be found. We've been like super blind, but man, we gotta see. I'm paraphrasing Amazing Grace lyrics, but this anime was pretty good with getting that point across, even if some weird stuff happens in it. And I think that's pretty refreshing, especially from something like a zombie anime. A good message that we all kinda need to hear. If you need more life-changing anime, we've got some videos right here. Not pressing may ruin your life. Go ahead and choose.